Welcome back, students. So, today's class is about last topic of photosynthesis, and our first topic of today's class is significance of photosynthesis. So, there are basically three main significance of the photosynthesis process. First one is entrapping of solar energy and conversion or the formation of potential energy. Solar energy is entrapped by chlorophyll, as we discussed in our previous classes. So, when chlorophyll gets activated with the help of solar energy, chlorophyll helps in the proteolysis of water and formation of ATP and NADPH2, and the ATP and NADPH2 helps in formation of glucose, and glucose contains potential energy in it. So the potential energy actually lies in glucose. So solar energy converted into potential energy in the process of photosynthesis. Next significance of photosynthesis is balance of CO2 and O2 in atmosphere. In respiration process, all the organisms absorb O2 from atmosphere, or we take O2 from atmosphere and we releases CO2 in atmosphere. So it causes lowering of oxygen in atmosphere and higher amount of carbon dioxide. But in the process of photosynthesis, green plants absorb CO2 and produce oxygen. So in photosynthesis process, the balance of CO2 and oxygen is maintained in atmosphere. And the last one of photosynthesis significance is conversion of glucose to starch and storage in organs. Green plants or the producers why? Because green plants produces food or the glucose material. So green plants are known as producers because they produce their own food, and this food is also utilized by their own as well as other animals. So the glucose produced in the process of photosynthesis, the excess amount of glucose converted to starch, and the starch is stored in different types of storage organs like in stems, in roots, in leaves, and this stored starch utilized later when the plant needs, or this storage starch is utilized by the animals to exhibit their necessary functions in their body. So we have basically three significances of photosynthesis. First one is entrapping of solar energy by the chlorophyll and conversion of potential energy. Conversion of what? Solar energy to potential energy. Second one is balance of CO2 and O2 in atmosphere. And the third one is conversion of glucose to starch and storage of starch in different plant organs. Next topic of today's class, or the last topic of photosynthesis, is factors affecting photosynthesis process. There are basically two types of factors. First one is external factor and the second one is internal factor. We will first talk about the external factors. First external factor is light, or rather I say the sunlight. When there is no sunlight, means night time, photosynthesis process won't happen, or photosynthesis process stops. Means photosynthesis process directly dependent on light. Excess of sunlight causes the rate of photosynthesis increase. The photosynthesis rate is increased in presence of excess sunlight. Second one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the main component, or one of the main component of photosynthesis process. But excess of carbon dioxide causes toxic reactions in plant body. So the optimal level of carbon dioxide helps in the photosynthesis process. Excess amount of CO2 causes toxic reactions in plant cells. Third one is water. If there is limited amount of water, or if there is sufficient water, then the photosynthesis process, the rate of photosynthesis process increases. But when plant absorbs much more water from soil than what it needs actually, then the excess water is evaporated by the stomata. And the last one is the last external factor is temperature. In previous class, I talked about a special type of enzyme, that is Rubisco enzyme. So the action of Rubisco depends on the temperature. The optimal temperature for photosynthesis process is between 20 degrees centigrade to like 40 or 45 degrees centigrade. So 20 to 40 or 45 degrees centigrade is a optimal temperature condition for the photosynthesis process to work well. Now we have actually four external factors. First one is light, second one is carbon dioxide, third one is water, and last one is temperature. Now we will discuss some internal factors that affect photosynthesis process. So the first one is anatomy of leaf. Anatomy means structure of leaf. The presence of stomata, distribution of stomatal pores, location of stomatal pores, along with the uh, uh, arrangement of leaf, these all are included in the anatomy of leaf, and these all affect the photosynthesis process. Is there, if there are limited amount, or if there are sufficient amount of stomatal opening, then the photosynthesis process exhibit well. Second one is age of leaf. As leaf mature, the amount of chlorophyll increases in it, so the photosynthesis process or the rate of photosynthesis process also increases. Last one, or the last internal factor, is presence of chlorophyll, or rather I say the amount of chlorophyll. So the amount of chlorophyll, if there are limited amount of chlorophyll or very small amount of chlorophyll, then the photosynthesis rate of photosynthesis decreases, and if there is sufficient amount of chlorophyll, then the photosynthesis process or the rate of photosynthesis process also increases. So there are four external factors: light, CO2, water, and temperature. The optimal condition or optimal temperature condition for photosynthesis process to occur is 20 to 40 degree centigrade. And the internal factors are, and first one is anatomy of leaf, then the second one is age of leaf, and the third one is amount of chlorophyll. So all these factors affect photosynthesis process. So thank you so much for today's class. In next class we will discuss heterotrophic nutrition. So that's all for autotrophic nutrition. Thank you so much.